Welcome to the exhilarating world of oval racing. Preparing a super modified snowmobile to reach speeds of over 90 miles an hour on an oval track of glare ice involves many hours of testing and tuning. This test and tune time can be greatly reduced with the aid of a data acquisition system. Data acquisition will serve as your eyes, ears, and stopwatch keeper as you practice taking a few laps. Using data acquisition can afford you similar advantages as having your own highly trained pit crew as observers. All tracks consist of ice, either plowed on a lake or are land-based constructions made by pouring thousands of gallons of water. And all tracks are a series of left-hand turns to complete a circuit. The similarities end there. There are short tracks and long tracks. Some have high banks in the turns and some are flat. Each track will yield a unique data profile collected by the DAQ system. The data can be recalled to serve as a base as you make initial setups during the following racing season. Please remember that hardware. The data acquisition system is a powerful recording device. It is capable of measuring and recording data such as engine speed, temperature, acceleration, and GPS data, all at the same time. We will discuss the importance of this information later in the presentation. First, you will need a computer, the software, tachometer input, thermocouples, and the data acquisition system, and various other peripheral devices. The data acquisition in this Prezi is the AIM Evo 4 system. With the price of approximately $1,000, this Italian-made electronic device can fit into most racing budgets and is easy to operate. The rugged construction and built-in 3-axis accelerometers makes it well suited for racing applications. The machine that will be instrumented for this Prezi is basically a stock trail sled that has been adapted for racing by adding aggressive traction products and increasing horsepower production of the engine. The center of gravity has also been lowered. Tachometer. We will be using two tachometers for this application. One is the engine speed in RPM, or revolutions per minute. This data, in conjunction with the GPS ground speed data, will indicate clutch engagement speeds, and also when the centrifugal ratio is changing. The centrifugal clutch acts as an automatic transmission in your car. This transmission is tuned such that it will first begin vehicle movement with an abrupt lurch forward at approximately 6,000 RPM. The second tachometer is attached to the axle that drives the track. This speed is normally converted to miles per hour on a typical instrument, but due to track slippage that would not hold true, so I will use this data to make clutch spring and helix changes. This is important data. On a high-banked oval, such as the one in Eagle River, Wisconsin, clutch tuning is critical, as the turn exits are downhill. If you go high into a turn, you might not want it to shift down and then back up again, like if you wanted to stay low on the track or on a lower track, or on a shorter track. On a shorter track such as Amherst or Wausau, it may be better to keep the clutch ratio low and rely mostly on engine speed. A droop in engine speed or over-revving of the engine might also indicate that you need to make a final gear ratio change. All of this valuable and interesting information can be measured and recorded with your tachometers using the data acquisition system. Thermocouple input. A thermocouple is a thermometer for the DAQ. Engine temps can be measured and recorded. Measuring coolant before and after the radiator, information about the cooling system. Excessive heat generated by the engine can indicate wear, fuel mixture, and carburetor settings. The ambient temperature is very valuable to have as consideration to compensate for the other temp recordings. The ambient temperature also indicates ice temperature. Ice temperature reflects the hardness of the ice that affects how well the machine handles or grips. GPS, the Global Positioning System, is 24 satellites that can detect the location of your sled from 11,000 miles in outer space. This is very cool information and the most fun to play with. Not only does it tell you how fast you are going in true miles per hour at any given segment in the track, it will let you know visually the route or race line that you take. The elapsed time per lap is recorded and a new trace starts over when you cross the start-finish line. The AIM Evo 4 has a built-in 3-axis accelerometer or bump detector. When a spike or G-force is noticed, you can go to the GPS trace and see where the bump in the track is located so you can adjust your race line to avoid it. GPS will record surface feet traveled as you progress around the track. The inside line is always shortest distance, but it does not always mean the fastest. As the track gets worn, the inside line becomes so bumpy that the sled becomes unsettled and the speed must be reduced to keep control. Sometimes carrying speed and beginning a turn later can produce a higher exit speed that results in a faster lap, so the outside line may be faster. The GPS can help you make a racing strategy. After all connections are made and software is loaded onto your computer, you are ready to start debugging and testing the system. Interfacing the AIM Evo 4 is as easy as connecting a cable to the USB port and downloading data. The data can then be analyzed. The AIM Evo 4 also has a function of displaying data as it is being recorded directly to the PC monitor. This is handy for making sure readings are accurate before disconnecting and making a real recording. Final step is to get to the track and go racing.